How's it going, everyone? So, in this video, I just wanted to give you a small update on how my account is performing, and I also want to show how I analyze certain graphs for a given company and sort of the tooling that I use within the Trading 212 platform. So, to begin with, we can see that can't remember if I purchased Lloyd's last time, but Lloyd's Bank is a quite a high dividend paying. I can't remember the exact rate. I think it's in sort of the 3%, 2 to 3% range, and so you can see sort of the amount I have and the free share that I got when putting in £30 into this account. And this is the investment, the invest platform. So this isn't the stocks and shares ISA account. That's something that you're free to look into. There's definitely a lot of benefits having an ISA account, especially in a stocks and shares. So you won't have to pay any form of tax. And you can deposit £20,000 every year into that platform. So yeah, it's definitely worth looking into. Unfortunately, I'm unable to because I have a stocks and shares ISA in a separate account, a separate platform. So that's something that I'm unable to do. But I'm happy to use just the Trading 212 invest account, given that we're dealing with such low values. If you can see at the bottom right hand, the amount of money we have is just under £150. So yeah, very low values. And part of my goal with the initial part of this YouTube channel is just to put in £100 every month, and we'll just see how we can get that to grow. And eventually I'll be putting in sort of more every month, but I just want to show that it's possible to make a profit even with sort of very low incremental amount of pounds or whatever currency you are using. Cool, so that's sort of the update, and I'm just gonna have a look at, well, let's just say we've got the Lloyd's account here, so let's just actually, before I do, so I've got a watch list right here, and you can create your own subheadings. And so I've created one that just have dividend-based stocks. Now you may be wondering, I'm probably gonna add all of these stocks to my dividend one. That's not really the case. I do want any kind of company to be subheaded with under dividends. And you can see I've got another heading technology. This can be improved, but you can add other sort of tech. I'm always interested in sort of the tech-based shares, so I've got a subheading for technology, but I will be sort of looking into other sectors. My main focus is technology and sort of the banking sector. And just a general point with the goals of my portfolio, it's obviously to focus mainly on dividend paying stocks, but that doesn't mean I can't just purchase other stocks that are non-dividend based. If I see that there is a gain to be made, then I'll definitely sort of buy within the same platform. So yeah, let's have a look on the dividend one. And I've actually recently been looking at the Walgreens stock. So I do own the stock in another platform, but I do want to try and buy more within the Trading 212 account. So this is, anyone can do their own kind of investment style, but I generally like to change the line graph, change that to the candlestick, and that's just because I can see what the values were. So here I like to look at the 1 day range. I'm always thinking in terms of the long-term investments. So how has the stock performed ideally within, say, a 6 month to a year window. So having sort of the 1 day ticker, we can see how the prices were back in April to how they are performing, which is late September currently. So each sort of ticker symbol here represents, let's just sort of, well, we can look at the last one here. So we can see that the price started at the 54.83, and just to make that even better, there is an option. I use the apps as well on my mobile, so yeah, this is what I want, the horizontal line, so I can use this to see what the price is. So we can see we've got the big block, right? So on the top side, you can see on the right hand side over here, 54.83. Now it's a little bit annoying because the current price does get in the way. I'll just try and zoom in a little bit more. You can see it's sort of, yeah, it's a bit annoying, but that's how the platform is, unfortunately. So the price started at 54.86 and it ended, well, where the blue line is, because the market isn't open right now, so 54.63, and that's on the bottom, the thick line of the candle. But what's great about this graph here, so just on this one day view, we can see that the lowest possible price during that day was 54.47. As I move my cursor, you can see the price update on the right hand side, which is pretty neat. You can also just use the horizontal just to make sure, and then sort of release the cursor and you can see the price there. I'll just delete that line. And it also had a maximum price right on the top of the candle here, so around sort of 56, this is in dollars, so 56.70 or 56.82. So this is just a great indicator of seeing what the price was on a given day, but also we're more interested on how the graph has been performing throughout the few months. And so you can see I've got these alerts. So the way to do that, again, this is a lot easier just on the mobile app, and I generally do all this kind of analysis on the app, but on the desktop you can see this alert button here. So we just say we want to buy, or we're interested in knowing how the market is performing, we can set an alert, and let's just say like $55 we want to be alerted. So you can just set the price there. We've got sort of notification that the alert has been set, but also if we click on the price alerts here, we can see all the existing ones that we have, and that's interesting. All right, yeah, so if we hover on the one that we just set, and we can also see it down here, so we can modify as expected, or we can just delete either from this view here or sort of hitting the X on the view there. So I'm keeping these two alerts here, and let me just explain why I think they're kind of nice entry points. So we got this first buy at 52.56. So you can see at the moment the price, it sort of did peak sort of this 58, and the earnings call, which is sort of every 3 months, that's when at least for dividend-based stocks, they will talk about their earnings and tell us how much, whether they've been profitable or not, and how much we will sort of receive in dividend payment for over that 3-month period. And generally markets will sort of push up before the earning call, and they will sort of plummet or just sort of drop down afterwards. So I never like to buy any stocks before an earnings call. I will wait until afterwards. Now that is a gamble, because if a company is doing really well, then maybe the price just keeps increasing, and then, you know, when do you actually buy? But it depends on sort of the stock that you're looking at. But you can see the price is dropping right now. I suspect this is going to drop a little bit more and there's a little bit of resistance around this price range. It is quite a low resistance, but possibly I'm thinking that the price will sort of bounce around this level here, potentially go up. Now, it's early days. This price alert doesn't mean I'm going to actually buy. It just sort of is going to alert me, and I'm going to decide, how is it performing sort of the few days after that. If I notice the price starts to go up, maybe, I'm happy to buy even if the price goes up, because what I don't want to happen is the price to drop lower than the alert I have, and just to continue to sort of, fall down. And then I have a second alert here. Now, I'm pretty confident that this is sort of the lowest range that it could go. I don't suspect it will go any lower. But to sort of zoom out, let's just do a week graph. And you can see over a couple of years, it really hasn't hit below. This is sort of the lowest resistive point. So should the price sort of drop down, I will be buying quite a lot at this price point. It's just a great sort of buying opportunity, I believe. And so yeah, that's sort of my thinking of just looking at this Walgreen Boots dividend base paying stock. And yeah, I think that's quite a long video for now. I'll wrap up, but hopefully that was helpful. Just sort of a little bit of technical analysis and my sort of future buying opportunities. And I should say that generally in October, prices, the market does seem to, there's a lot of sell-offs, so that's a great time to start buying. So hopefully that will happen this time around as well. It's happened for the last couple of years, so we shall see. And I'll be keeping my eyes on sort of other stocks that I have as well, but the Walgreens one is sort of at the price where I think in maybe a month from now, it could be a great buying opportunity. So fingers crossed, time will tell, and I will update you in sort of the next video whether my thinking has been correct or not. Cool, so yeah, thanks for all the new subscribers as well, and I will see you in the next video.